Here we are live now. Hello everybody, welcome back. Omega Given here. Today we are going to... Oh wait, is our audio fine? It's just behind, I think, just a little bit. Well, welcome back everybody. Today we're going to be going and doing a little bit of programming. More like I'm going to be showing off a little bit what I've been programming, and you guys get to follow along because it's just fun
Here
to
we are live now.
see some stuff like that. So yes, I do see we are live, so I'm going to just minimize that and show more of my actual stream so I can actually see like if the audio levels are good and so on and so forth. Right here we have in front of us is basically a browser. We're actually gonna make this a little bit better so you guys can like see stuff in the browser. Also, I need to like point. Oh wait, so is my pointing correct? My pointing is not correct. I need to point. Well, if I'm pointing at this side of the screen, it means I'm pointing. If I'm pointing over this side of the screen, all right, I just gotta, and sometimes you have to like reverse the image to make it so you're actually pointing towards the correct side of the screen. Like I am right now pointing the far left side, that's the far right side, or up. 1 second, I need to double check this. Have you seen, or I haven't seen you in a minute. Yes, I haven't seen other people in a minute either. I'm trying to get this thing working. So today I want to show off a little bit of some stuff. Basically a program that I've been working on. So really quick here. We're gonna just command line stuff. We're gonna cd to our projects really quick. We have a couple of projects. We're gonna go to cd go alias server rust ls, and then we're gonna do a .run.sh. So what I'm doing here, I am running a program that I built that basically is if you've watched this video, you've watched the video. But this is basically my alias server. So with that in mind, it makes it so that whenever I type in go/ whatever, it will take me to the alias I have set up for it. These are my aliases I've set up. There's hidden aliases as well, but there's a whole nother aspect to this that I have built out that is even grandier than what you see here. Actually, just really quick, I want to change some stuff really quick. Now I'm like thinking about it. Make myself feel smaller here. We don't need to. I like to. I want to kind of make sure I have like my. I need to stop slouching too. Kind of hard to like not slouch when you have the camera not on you and whatnot. All right, enough of my shenanigans. Okay, so I want to explain this app again, even though I do explain it in the video. Basically, I started out wanting to have a functionality such that I can do a bunch of like I do go/ whatever it takes me to my alias, the thing I have set up. But that thing that I have set up is kind of it's basically to take place of any bookmarks. I don't actually have any bookmarks across any of my browsers because I use this app instead. Also, what are you saying here? What are the coincidences that we're both learning coding? I'm getting whatever the Arduino kit for Christmas. I really want to learn coding. Well, that's pretty awesome. I remember getting a Raspberry Pi kit like a while ago. Coding is really fun. I'm a software developer, so I program this in between my stuff all the time of like this little app I do. So basically, I am a backend programmer, meaning I do a lot of SQL database stuff, APIs that connect to that database, that pull data, that deliver data, doing other stuff using Ruby in between. I don't really program the Ruby, other developers do. I'm just the guy that helps out developers to develop towards our endpoints. That's my whole job. But with that, in my industry, we oftentimes use a SQL manager. There's Microsoft SQL Manager, there's PostEco, there's a few others, and I'm just like, these are annoying because one, I want everything to work how I want it to work. So I built this app here that we have just all around here. So basically I can just, well, if you can see here on the left, I can connect to a database. Of course, this computer is not my work computer, so I don't have my database here, but I have created a simple SQLite database that we will connect to. So right here, we're still in the browser and everything, just saying. So right here, I have this database. It has two tables, customers, or table name and customers. Actually, I don't even know if table name has anything in it. I'm just gonna let's just run this query right here. No output yet. So yeah, this is a blank table, but we have a customers table. It has, just no data really. This is just fake data. But I built this thing out because I wanted to learn more about databases, how they work, how you connect to them, stuff like that. And it kind of just helped me want to learn how to do stuff. I made it so you can do auto completion of stuff. So we can do if I do customers, it tells me what databases I have, or you can see that we have a table name. Sorry, that's a database. It's table. There's tables in a database, and there's columns in tables, and then entries are the things inside tables. Just a little lesson for you, for anybody that wants to know anything about databases. That's kind of like how databases work. So you can see right here at the very bottom. I guess I gotta like almost I'm gonna move myself to the top right hand corner, I guess. Yeah, so basically down here at the bottom we have, the customer ID column. We have first name, we have last name, country, age, those kind of things. So if you ever let's just teach you a couple things about SQL, shall we? So basically SQL, the best thing ever that you'll ever need to do is select and then column name, and then, or I guess it's one word, if it, like, whatever the column name is going to be, the actual name of that column, from what table. So this will be table name, and then where is where you kind of like filter down what do you want to see. So maybe I want to see where column name, or where, I don't know, let's do like first name equals, I don't know, let's do Lucia, or Lucia, or Luca. Yeah, let's Luca. So so actually star is an everything texture, so it'll like grab everything. So this will grab everything from the table. Table is going to be customers. We're going to do that, and where first name equals Lucia. And then, if you're running a SQL query, you can just run it as that. You can use a colon at the end of it if you want. Doesn't matter really. Depends on your database thing. Honestly, I'm still learning about language of the database, or the library. Is that what it's called? Language of the databases, or the library. Not the ad. Oh no, is there an ad, frick? Yes, there are ads. I can turn off ads, I think. We don't have anybody. We can delay ads. There we go. We don't have ads for 10 minutes. I don't know. There's just a whole bunch of new ad features on YouTube that I'm still trying to get to learn and everything like that. Gotta drink your water. All right, but yes. Actually, can I like zoom in real quick? Actually, one second. Yeah, let's zoom in a bit so you guys can see a little bit better. So yeah. So basically, select star from customers where her first name equals Luca. If we run this is going to, oh wait, error. No such column. Oh, customer. No such column. Wait a minute. Isn't there a column named Luca? Or first name? What? Wait. Select. Where? Oh, last name. Or no, there is a first name. Did I just spell first name wrong? First name equals. Oh, I know why. Because I need to put colons here because it's a string, so we need to make sure we do that. All right, so we got blah blah blah, we're Luca. All right, so if we run that, it'll select only the entry of Luca. That's basically what that would do. So it selects star, aka everything. So you grab everything from a table where a column is equal to that. Literally, that's database 101. If you can master that, you can gather data that you need. But then maybe you want to string this into something else. Let's say, let's think through a little bit of how we might want to string stuff together. So databases, I'm gonna go to my Paint app over here. So databases are built such that basically you might have, not just clear. Actually, I need to add an undo button. Ooh, guys, we gotta add an undo button. GitHub. We're gonna go to. Actually, give me a second. I'm gonna quickly double check. I don't want you guys to see all my stuff on my GitHub that's privatized. All right, here we go. All right, we pulled up our normal GitHub. I want to add that as an issue. We want to add a undo button, new issue, add undo button to Paint app. All right, there we go. That's gonna be another thing we're gonna add to our tool here. All right, so let's explain a little bit of databases. I joined in here early. What can you do with a database? Okay, that's a good question. Let's go over it. So think of databases as basically Excel, like if you want to store lots of information. say you are a company that needs to keep track of like one, or see, this is why I need an undo button, because I can't undo things. Or can I? Can I just like undo? No, I can't. It's not. I didn't build it in to be able to undo. So say you have 1 million customers, right? You're gonna need to store 1 million customers and all their information about that 1 million customers somehow. Like say you need to store their email. So you got their email. You gotta store their name. Whoops, I was gonna do main. You gotta store their name. Maybe you want to store their age because you want to, I don't know, advertise to them or something like that. You gotta store their email, name, age. Maybe you gotta store their payment methods because they come back to you. So payment. So you have all these things that you gotta store. And if you store this all in an Excel sheet, you technically theoretically could, but the problem is it's not that encrypted. Databases, you can put a lot more encryption behind them and a lot more safety measures so people can't get to it and access it too easily, so it's very secure. So that's kind of like how databases can be helpful. Also, databases are a lot more effective in storing these information and gathering the information. So, for example, if you wanted to create a database that, here, let me go to my test database. Here, where's our example table? Okay. So say you wanted to create, a database that stores these things. So maybe you want to store, first name, last name. Maybe you want to store payment information. Info, I don't know, something like that. You want to store their age. You want to store something like that, or you want to store all these things. So you just create a table, and then every time like somebody scans a swipe and they're like, hey, do you want to save your email with us and make an account? You just click yes, and that literally will send a proc off to like an API server that then saves all the information to a database. Now, the whole point of that is so you can be able to access it later. So literally that creating a thing maybe at the cash register is literally probably doing an insert into the database of like that with like whatever information of that person. It's basically what's going on there. And when that happens, you can just use that information to just store forever, basically. I don't know, like you want databases to store these information just because you have so many things to store. I don't know, like you kind of just need to figure out like what the business model is to figure out what kind of database you want to build out. I can't say too much for my work because I don't want to expose too much, but like storing, and then like oftentimes you want to store things on different tables. Maybe you want to store all their purchases. So this table will store information about the customer, but say you want to store information about the customer's purchases. So basically what you could do is basically like do a create a table, and then it's going to be purchases. And then in that table, we're going to have, what are we going to put in this table? So basically in this table, you want to always have these things linked up such that they can access each other. So when you have two tables, you need to have them access each other. So maybe you want to do customer ID. So we're going to have a customer ID, or actually we're going to do purchase ID. So we're going to do purchase ID. I could probably make this a one word. That's what you kind of want to do with these things. So you want to make a purchase ID. You got to have some kind of var here, or like type, like a whatever type. We'll fill out this type later. So you want to have a purchase ID. You want to have here. Let me adjust this so we can see a little better. Okay, so we got a purchase ID. That purchase ID is a type. You want to have maybe the purchase name or item ID. Let's call it the item ID. So that item ID is essentially this is the QR code of the sold item. I don't know, like that's what the item ID might be. You might want to have cost. I don't know, that way you can register how much that might have cost. So if you want to do a return, you need to know, be able to hold back what that cost was. Maybe you need to store a payment ID, aka what was used to make that payment. Maybe you need to have a table for payment IDs to store all their payment details. So that's like, this is where like you start breaking down why you actually need databases, because a purchase of an item in a store requires a database essentially, because that item what's linked to that item is the item ID, the cost of the item, the payment ID that the customer had, the customer itself, and all of that. And that can like range for 3 different tables, like right off the bat. And like you need a table for payments, so you can have all their payment details, so you can be able to pull it back in. You can have a table for all the purchases. You need to have a table for all your item inventory, because this is probably a table right here. So this is a table. This is a table. This is this table. This ID goes to this table. And then maybe you want to have the customer ID of who I don't know who actually made the purchase. Do I still play Township Tale? Not too much. I haven't played, like, actually not at all really. I haven't played in like a year and a half or so now. It's been a while. So that's basically why you want to have all of these different tables to do these things. Actually, speaking of which, I kind of want to do this stuff. So I'm gonna copy and paste a couple things here. So I want to kind of build this initial test database out, because I think it's actually kind of helpful. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna have a purchase ID, which is an int. We're gonna have an item ID, which is an int. We're gonna have a cost, which is we'll do that later. I can't remember what float is off the top of my head. I use AI too much that I'm forgetting things off the top of my head. We'll have a customer ID, which is an int. Oh, I like customer ID. So that's that. Okay, cool. So that is. Whoops! Did I just? I need like 1 second. All right, there we go. Double dashes is a comment. All right, so we have like all of this right here. So we want to here. Let me clear this and then insert this. So this is a create table. So we're gonna run this query real quick. We're gonna refresh. As my refresh button doesn't work. Oh boy, that's a thing we're gonna have to figure out. Create purchase table. I'm gonna save that query. There we go. Purchases are right there. There we go. So we got purchases. So now we have a table of purchases. Flow is a number after a decimal. Yeah, float is a number after a decimal. The problem is I don't know what I can't remember what a float, like, is it like float, or is it something else? I can't remember what it is. Go / Gemini SQL for making a table with floats in a column. I can't remember. Is it float? Int float. Oh yeah, see, it's all caps float. All right, I just had to double check that. Yeah, I don't create tables that often, just because I mess with tables more than I create tables. So then we could, if you want to alter a table, you can do alter. Oh, this is what happens when you use AI. You forget how to the basic commands of how to do these things. Oh gosh. Give me the SQL to add a cost column to this table. All right, let's see what Gemini gives me. Come on, Gemini, go for it. Alter table. Yeah, I knew it was like alter table. Add cost decimal. 10.2. I'm guessing the 10.2 is the what do you call it? We don't need all that. We just need that. We're gonna run that query. All right. So now, if we run this, it's actually blank. We need to insert data. Here, give me demo. Insertion of stuff to this table. I was having this do all the work for me. This is the nice thing about AI, except for the problem is if you do this all the time, like you see just now, I suck at like remembering these things because I don't actually do it on my own. So I need to like really commit to memory. So you got to insert into table name and then the purchase. Oh crap! Did I literally just do SID? Or that's annoying. I need to alter that table now. It'll get deleted column and everything. So basically doing that, it'll then make it so when we run this query, oh wait, no, not this one, this query, it'll have all that demo data in here. All right, yeah, I'm so bad at this. Oh gosh, I'm embarrassing myself. This is what happens when your brain is fried by the end of the day. Like my eyes barely can stay open. Gosh, my boss saw this, he'd be like, fired. No, I don't. They're not that mean. But yeah. Okay. I gotta like make sure it maintains the connection maybe, or like just the state of that connection. I think that might be a enhancement I should do to this app thing. Got like all the different fun stuff here. All right. I don't know. I kind of want to just go and just show you guys a little bit of this app. So basically, we have the redirect. We got SQL Manager. I mainly want to show this because I never got to show this. Where it's kind of like basically a full-on SQL Manager that you can actually run SQL. You can do whatever. You got a Notes app. Notes you can do Markdown. You can actually do Python. Actually, def function. I don't know. And then whoops. Print. Hello world. As I misquotes all these things. You can pick a Python out of all these things right here. Boom, look at that. See, it has that. It's not an IDE though, it doesn't actually run it. Maybe I shouldn't make it so it does run it. I don't know. Literally installing my own Python IDE into into this Rust app, that would actually be pretty funny. I can just run Python right off the cusp. Yeah, kind of cool stuff. I also made it a file manager. Look at that. But you can't do that. It's a file manager. That's literally you can see like that's my actual file stuff. As a board task thing, if you ever wanted to do tasks, Paint, of course, you saw me mess with it earlier. You got a calculator. I don't ever use it. That was just more for fun. Oh, this is a request thing. So you can do API requests to stuff. That's kind of fun. Inspector. This is for if you want to break down JavaScript and SQL and you can find what columns are what. If you ever have errors and stuff, that's super helpful. And I want to incorporate a peer-to-peer connection where somebody can connect to this app and they can share the screen, kind of. I don't know. It's kind of cool. I'm really proud of this thing. It's getting places. It is getting places. If you want to see the VS Code of all this stuff, VS Code. Are we there? Oh yeah, we are there. See, this is the Go alias server right here. All the code that builds this thing. Yeah, basically it's, you know, this code right here, lots of JavaScript. That's what builds the that's a lot of JavaScript. Oh my gosh. That builds the calculator. This is the inspector app, all that JavaScript. This is the main that routes all of the different services that we use, from notebook to calculator to Paint to the request to the task board, all the other goody stuff. Manage connections. This is, wait, manage connections. Why is this in this folder? Well, that should be in a different folder. All right, not found. That's for if you ever redirect off the website. Note, it's Notepad, Paint, requests. Requests is the sending JSONs to people and whatnot. Wait, signaling. Oh yes, these are all part of the JSON. Or oh no, this is I was messing around with this. This doesn't work yet. I need to get this to work. This is a peer-to-peer thing that I need to work on. I don't know, cool stuff. With AI, this doesn't take too long to make, to be honest. This is really just a couple weeks of me just like programming the side and like using AI to build half the stuff for me. I actually built a lot of this, or at least this part of it, like this redirect part in Python. But then I'm like, I wish I wanted to turn this into like the everything app, because I'm at my work. I'm on Mac, and Mac is awful. I freaking hate Mac so much, but I have to deal with it because that's how I connect to databases in my job, because I don't have my work VPN on any other computers I like. So what happens when you become a Linux user, like 100% Linux user, and get really involved in it, you just start hating all other operating systems. I freaking love Linux now. Like, sure, I struggle to do a couple things on Linux, but like, it's beautiful. I built this system, like it's a Hyperland system that's custom built by me. I have all my own packages. I know everything that's on it. Sometimes it gets a little bloated because I install things, then I forget to uninstall them if I didn't use it. But it's really cool. Okay. I don't know. I want to show that stuff off. I might go and play some video games now with my brother. I just want to show that stuff off and like just mark a start of me actually maybe starting to live stream again. And realizing that my eyes get really tired when that light is on me. I gotta turn the light off or else it just blinds me. Or I just turn the light down a bunch. Yeah. So if you ever want to mess with this app, go check out my one video, like a couple of videos ago. I kind of go over this app, and there's a link to this thing if you ever want to download it and try building it yourself. Oh, I need to fix that. I need to fix that sometime. All right, that's okay. I got some issues. I gotta open PNGs into the painter DB maker for. Oh, we already did this one. Can I close this one? Where's the close button? Where is the close button? Close issue. It's closed. I already did it. Add peer-to-peer, add undo button. I gotta add those two things. What's some other stuff? Actually, let's come up with some stuff. What do I add to this thing? This is working just fine. What was some stuff that I saw that I wanted to build out that I noticed? No, I think that's fine. I'm tempted to maybe put a Python editor in this thing. I don't know. Like actual, this could run Python if you want it to. I don't know. I'm tempted to. But I don't know if I should actually do that. Should I, guys? Should I actually make this into basically a full-on IDE? Literally just subtly make this IDE. That'd be super funny if I do. Got a task board. Paint calculator. Oh, I do want to make it so, let's do a new issue. I want to make it so keep a connection open make it keep a SQL or a DB connection open if formed. Yeah, I want to do that. That makes it so I can go back to it and it won't clear it. So I guess I need to add some more app states to this where basically, because like if I type right here, don't save it, go back, it's cleared. So I do want it to pick up where it left off. And if it's not touched or saved, then maybe delete, or maybe we just keep it going. That would take up more RAM, but it's not that much RAM. Like that's literally just text. It's barely even a megabyte. So nobody would notice it if it's a like just that much RAM usage. And it wouldn't stack usage of RAM. So it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I mainly want this to be a super lightweight, but also have every tool. And you can't have every tool and be super lightweight. It eventually becomes like a little bloated. But it's still instantaneous. Like connections to things, fully instantaneous. Like everything's instantaneous. I'm tempted to make it so maybe some of these are like, what if I made the calculator like a floating thing that you can move in the website? You can just like press the calculator on the top and it has a calculator that hovers. What's hovering calculator? Question mark? Persistent, save, or persistent note slash SQL and such. So navigating away doesn't delete, but does delete on a restart. Yeah, let's do that. Look at this. We're coming up with so many issues that we're gonna have to solve later. I'm gonna have to add. I guess more like features, not issues. Saved requests. I kind of want to flip flop the colors of this page. Maybe I don't know. It's actually not that bad. Actually, speaking of which, I don't think I have. I have primary, secondary, and tertiary row background. Okay, so I guess it's using a flip flop of those two to make that color. I think that's what I did. Yeah, the inspector is a very helpful tool. I'm wondering if would calculator be the only thing that hovers? I'm trying to think, what other apps do people have on their computers that hover, or like just there's some very small, lightweight apps that people would want? Let me think. I'm going through my apps currently and seeing if there's anything that I would want to be. Oh, I don't know if I'd do it in this app necessarily. I have an idea for an app I want to make, even if it is rough and doesn't look amazing. Basically, what you do is it's a peer-to-peer connection. I'm in love with peer-to-peer connections. I think it's a cool idea of just keeping things peer-to-peer because you can encrypt it and make it so there's no in-between man, and serverless. It'd be serverless. But it'd be a peer-to-peer connection that would save down the data to both ends. Ooh, shall we think about this? I don't know if I would do it on this necessarily, or maybe I do. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. I want to call this so it's basically it's a audio / document, audio document board. Maybe I do video, except for video would be very hard because of the encoding. Audio document whiteboard. I'm gonna call it the audio document whiteboard. So basically the main thing is it will be able to take in audio clips on a timeline. Would it be a board or a timeline? I'm kind of thinking like, because maybe you would want all the audios to play on top of each other. Like basically what the whole idea of it is, it would basically be a way that two people can throw together music by sending audio clips to each other. And okay, now I'm just describing a MIDI app that also like you can connect to the same MIDI app. That's basically what I'm thinking of. A MIDI app with a timeline. Literally just a MIDI app. Basically GarageBand, but it's peer-to-peer, so you can connect and people can actually mess with each other's thing while they're still on it. Oh, okay. This is a whole different. This would not go in here. I'm gonna cancel that. This would be a different app entirely. I'll have to figure that out. That sounds like a really cool app that I might try building. It'd probably be very hard though, because most other apps like that, like MIDI apps and stuff, they have their own sampling and everything like that that might be proprietary, so we can't really grab it. Like it'd be awesome if we could grab GarageBand's all like everything and make that work, but it don't work like that. All right, well, I'm gonna head out, guys. Nice talking to you for like half an hour. So if you enjoy the stream, like and subscribe. I mean, I'd love it if people could like watch the actual videos that I make, because they're a little bit more thought out. I think through them a bunch and do a few retakes as I talk through stuff. But yeah, like and subscribe.